Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. If you watched my last video covering 65 credit cards that pull from Equifax, I truly appreciate that. And I was asked in the comments to make another video about TransUnion. So in today's video, we're covering 103 credit cards that pull TransUnion only. Now, this can potentially help you access well over $500,000 in available credit. And just like I said in the last video, I want to set the tone right before we go any further. Credit bureau pulls are never 100% guaranteed. A bank can change which bureau it pulls from based on where you live, your overall credit profile, the relationship with that lender, that specific product, or that lender's internal underwriting policy. It may have changed at that moment. So while I am sharing data points that are based on real world results and consistent patterns, as well as my own personal experiences, just know that things can change and there will always be exceptions. That's also why I put together my free hard pull guide. So if you have not downloaded that yet, I highly recommend that you do, because it breaks down over 100 banks and credit unions that show which bureaus are most likely to be pulled from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Hopefully that guide can save you a lot of unnecessary inquiries and a lot of costly guesswork. There will also be links in the description for each of the cards that we're discussing in today's video. And with all of that said, let's get right into it. We have a lot of cards to get through. Currently, we are on the US Bank website. This is usbank.com. And again, there will be a link in the description for this exact page. Now, because we're going through so many cards today, like the previous video, I'll be separating them by bank. And if you're not familiar, US Bank is well known for pulling your TransUnion credit report. So I have an entire video where I talk about US Bank and how to get approved for their credit cards. I'm going to link that right here if you want any specific data points. But let's briefly go through each one of these cards today. Starting with the US Bank Smartly Visa Signature Card, you can earn unlimited 2% cash back everywhere. There is no annual fee on this card. I would say the most important thing about this card is that you have 0% APR. You have this on purchases and balance transfers for the first 12 months. After that, it goes to the standard variable APR rate. Now, if you want more details about this card, I suggest referring back to my video. Now, if we keep scrolling down, we also have the US Bank Shield Visa card. Now, with this card, you can get a low intro APR for 24 billing cycles. So that will be 0% APR. That's going to be for purchases and balance transfers. There's also a 4% cash back on prepaid air, hotel, and car reservations when you book directly on the travel center when you use this card. There's also a brand new card called the US Bank Split World MasterCard. You pay later on everything that you purchase. There are no fees, no interest on the purchases for the first 3 months. This is a very unique card. If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like me to go over this card in a future video, please let me know in the comments. But all of your purchases are automatically divided into 3 payments and placed into a payment plan that can be paid back over 3 months with no plan. So basically, they tried to make a card that would be similar to like Klarna or Affirm, things like that. They see it's very popular, and I think that's very cool. It makes a lot of sense. You can also choose to extend the plan for 6 to 12 months if you would like to do that as well. Then we have the US Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature Card. With this card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on 2 categories that you choose each quarter. Of course, that will come with a limitation. If you want more details, then refer to that video. But you also have 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 15 billing cycles, as well as 2% cash back on everyday categories that you choose per quarter, 1% back on everything else. Then we have the US Bank Altitude Go Visa Signature Card. With this one, at the time of recording this video, you can earn 20,000 bonus points, and you get 4x points on dining, takeout, and restaurants for the first $2,000 each quarter. You get 2x points at grocery stores and gas stations, as well as EV charging stations, 2x points on streaming services, 1x point on everything else, as well as 0% APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 15 months and no annual fee. Then we have the US Bank Altitude Connect Visa Signature Card. Now you can earn 20,000 bonus points, 5x points on prepaid hotels and car rentals booked directly in the travel center, 4x points on travel, 4x points at gas stations and EV charging stations on your first $1,000 each quarter, as well as 2x points on dining, streaming services, and at grocery stores. You also get 0 annual fee on this one and a 0% intro APR promotional period of 15 billing cycles. Then we have the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards Visa Signature Card. You can earn up to 6% back plus $250 at the time of recording this video, 6% cash back on your first $1,500 in combined eligible purchases each quarter with 2 retailers that you choose, 3% cash back on your first $1,500 in eligible purchases in your choice of 1 everyday category, and then 1.5% cash back on everything else. There's also no annual fee for the first year. After that, it's $95 on this card. Now, if you are currently working on your credit right now and you still want to get a US Bank credit card, you can with some of their actual credit building cards. You can make a deposit from $300 to $5,000. Now, I'll also have a video that's going to be on the best secured cards where I talk about some of these cards. I'm going to link that video right here if you're interested in that. But the US Bank Altitude Go secured card, this one will give you similar rewards to the unsecured version: 4x points on dining, 2x points on streaming services, 2x points at grocery stores, 1x point on everything else. There is no annual fee, and again, limits from $300 to $5,000. You can also get the US Bank Cash Plus secured Visa card. That's 5% cash back on up to 2 categories that you choose each quarter, 2% cash back on everyday categories that you choose each quarter, then 1% cash back. Now, I think this is phenomenal for a secured card. I think it's one of the best secured cards that you can get. Also, there is no annual fee. Now, the last one that we're looking at is the US Bank Secured Visa. You can enjoy the no annual fee credit building benefits. You can view your credit score anywhere using the mobile app. You also get to choose your payment due date, and there is a 0 fraud liability on this card. All right, so that wraps up this list. Now, these are all credit cards that will pull from TransUnion. At least that is the primary pool. Now, if you do apply for any US Bank credit cards, I highly recommend you always freeze Equifax and freeze Experian. That way you can make sure that the pool is forced to only choose TransUnion. The next bank on our list is going to be BMO. Some of you may be familiar with BMO Harris. I don't think I've done any videos on their products, but if you would like me to do a video on BMO Harris, please drop that in the comments below. Now, BMO Harris is well known for having a primary TransUnion credit pool, but just like I said with US Bank, freeze the other 2 just to make sure that it will pull from TransUnion. Now, BMO Harris has a few credit card options. We have the BMO Cashback credit card. On this one, there's a limited time offer to earn $250 cash back. Now, this is when you apply between March 2nd and April 30th of 2026. Of course, depending on the time you're watching this video, this may no longer be available. Now, you get 5% cash back on eligible streaming, cable, TV, and satellite services, 3% cash back on eligible gas and EV charging and grocery store purchases, and 1% cash back on everything else. This card has no annual fee, and you can save on interest for balance transfers for 12 months from the date that you first complete that transfer. That has to be done within 90 days of account opening. Next, we have the BMO Platinum credit card. Now, with this one, it's 0% APR on purchases for 15 months from account opening date, and then after that, it'll go to the variable standard APR. There's also 0% introductory APR on balance transfers, again, 15 months, and on this one, there is no annual fee. Now, if we keep going down, we also have the BMO Platinum Rewards credit card. Now, with this one, you can get 15,000 bonus points when you spend $1,500 within the first 3 months. Now, that is, of course, at the time of recording. You can also get 2 points per dollar spent on eligible gas, EV charging, and grocery store purchases, up to $1,500 in combined spend each calendar quarter, and then it's 1x on all other purchases. There's also a 15% anniversary bonus when you spend a minimum of $15,000 annually. There is no annual fee on this card. You also have a balance transfer promotional offer for 12 months from the date of opening this account. Then there's the BMO Premium Rewards credit card. You get 35,000 bonus points when you spend $5,000 within the first 2 months of account opening. There's 4 points per dollar spent on eligible gas, EV charging, grocery purchases, dining up to $2,000 in combined spend each calendar quarter, 2 points per dollar spent on eligible hotels and airfare up to $2,000 in combined spend each calendar quarter, 1 point per dollar spent on everything else. There's also a 10% anniversary bonus that you get every single year. Now, this card does have a $95 annual fee, so you want to keep that in mind. Then we have the BMO Escape Credit Card. With this one, it's a travel card. You get 45,000 bonus points when you spend $5,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Then you also have 4 points per dollar spent on airfare and dining, 3 points per dollar spent on cruise lines, travel agencies, tours, and hotels, 2 points per dollar spent on rideshare services like taxis and car rentals, 1 point per dollar spent on everything else. Now, this one up to $3,000 in purchases per bonus category per calendar quarter. That's going to be the actual limit there. And then 1x points on purchases after that. So there is a limit to how much you can actually earn. And there is an annual fee of $150. Then for people who are trying to rebuild their credit, there is the BMO Boost Secure Credit Card. With this one, it can help improve your credit over time, and then eventually you can graduate to one of their unsecured credit cards. Now, the one thing I don't like about this one is there is a $25 annual fee for a secured card, so you do have to pay just to keep this one open. And then if we scroll down here, there is some information about BMO Harris and their business credit cards. If you would like me to do a video on BMO Harris on the business side, then please drop that in the comments below. Currently, we are on Imprint.co. Now, if you guys have seen my video on 13 credit cards that guarantee your limit before applying, then you already know you can get approved for 13 credit cards that are powered through Imprint, and it pulls TransUnion. However, there is a way for you to actually get these cards with no hard pull. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to link that right here. Now, I won't spend too much time here. I already have a full video on each of these credit cards, but you can look at the Booking.com credit card. There's the Rakuten. I have an entire video covering this one. There's the credit card with Brooks Brothers. There's also one with HEB. There's also one with Turkish Airlines, Miles and Smiles. There's one with Fetch. Have a dedicated video for this one as well. There's the Central Market Visa Signature one. There's the World of Westgate MasterCard. There's the Holiday Inn Vacations card. There's also Horizon Hobby. There's Crate and Barrel. And then there's also CB2. Now, one of these, I am missing one credit card because I believe that is 12, but there is 13 credit cards in total, unless they actually got rid of a card. Refer back to my original video if you want details about that, and also how you can apply for these cards with a TransUnion soft pull and avoid getting that hard inquiry. Currently, we are on SynchronyBank.com. Now, if you're familiar with Synchrony Bank, they are notoriously known for pulling your TransUnion credit report whenever they approve you for their credit cards. But again, like the other ones, I would always say freeze the other two to make sure that you can force the hard pull or avoid any additional pulls just in case they might try to pull anywhere else. Now, there will be a lot of cards on this list, so let's actually try to get through them fairly quickly. First, we have the Score Rewards credit card. There is a Store card and MasterCard version. Just like with some of the other ones, a lot of these cards are co-branded. There's also the JCPenney credit card. There is the Sun Country Visa card, and that's going to be for Sun Country Airlines. Some of you may be familiar with them. I know a lot of people probably don't fly Sun Country. Myself, I've done it like one time. Then there is the J. Crew credit card. And again, won't have time to go through each one of these, but if you're familiar with J. Crew, then you already know. There's the Synchrony Project card. Now, this one is not really a MasterCard Visa card. It's for special financing for 6 to 132 months, but this is accepted at thousands of contractor locations nationwide, so it kind of gives you an idea who this is for. Then there is the Care credit card. I'm sure some of you have heard a lot of things about this. It's going to be for financing health and wellness purchases. I've talked about this card before, the My Walgreens credit card. This card is pretty good. You can unlock an offer starting at $40 in Walgreens cash rewards. Then we have the HSN credit card. Now this one is, again, not a MasterCard, not a Visa card, but you can open this card at HSN and they have some exclusive benefits. Then we have the Google Store financing account. It's 0% APR financing on qualifying purchases with Google and no annual fee. We have the OnePay Cash Rewards card. Done a full video on this one. I'm sure that you guys have seen it. It's a very popular video. We also have the At Home Insider Perks credit card. card. You get 15% off when you use that with Home Insider. There is a MasterCard and a store card version. Then we have the JTV Preferred Account Credit Card. Now this one, again, not a Visa, not a MasterCard, not American Express or any other affinity. It is a 6 to 12 month promotional financing card. Now, if you're familiar with JTV, then you'll already know exactly what this will cover. We also have the Milo's Reward Credit Card. You get 5% off Milo's Rewards credit card purchases. Now this one is specifically if you're making purchases with Lowe's. There's also the Ashley Advantage Credit Card. Again, you use that in store. There's the PayPal Cashback World MasterCard, where you can earn 3% cashback on PayPal purchases and 1.5% cashback on all other purchases. There's also the Synchrony Home Credit Card. Now, this is accepted at all of Synchrony Home partner locations, so you'd have to get more details here. Again, link down in the description if you wanted more details about that. There's the Guitar Center Gear Card. This probably would have been good when I was doing like a lot of music recording because I spent a lot of time in Guitar Center. So, I mean, if that's you, you can earn 5% back in rewards. There is a time where this would have been kind of cool. There is the Synchrony Sewing and More credit card. If you're into sewing and more, then that's for you. There is the Real Rewards credit card, 20% off your first purchase when you use your Real Rewards credit card and 16% back in rewards on every American Eagle and Aerie purchase. There's also free shipping and returns. There's the Reed's Jeweler credit card. That is really 6 to 12 months of promotional financing. Then there is the PayPal credit. That's not really anything but like a line of credit that you can use with PayPal. Then there's Rooms to Go. Rooms to Go is exactly as stated. If you want to use that with Rooms to Go for promotional financing, then you can. There is the Synchrony Car Care credit card. Then there is the Pep Boy Synchrony Car Care credit card. Again, those are not Visa, they're not MasterCard, they're not American Express. There is the Synchrony Music and Sound credit card, the Belk Rewards Plus credit card, the Synchrony Luxury credit card, the Synchrony Sporting Goods credit card. There is the Napa credit card, which is 6 months of promotional financing when you use that for participating locations worldwide. There is the Floor and Decor credit card. There is a business version of this that I used to get with no PG. I'm not sure if it's available anymore, but if you did anything with Floor and Decor, it's a pretty easy card to get approved for. There is the Pandora credit card. That's for jewelry. There is the Synchrony Premier World MasterCard. I believe this one of these is invitation only. So you know this one you can apply for. There's other versions of this card that may be invitation only, but if this isn't the one, then you can apply for this and get 2% cash back on, I believe, all your purchases. Then there is the Mattress Firm credit card, PC Richard & Son credit card, the Venmo Visa credit card, which of course, if you're familiar, 3% cash back on eligible purchases. There is the Q Card credit card. There is the Amazon Store card. There is the Cathay World Elite MasterCard. That one is pretty good. You can actually get a new account offer for 38,000 bonus points. Now, this one is going to be for travel. Then there's the Verizon Visa card. That one you can apply for either online or in a Verizon store, and it is good, of course, if you're making transactions with Verizon. There's also the Bell Tire credit card. There is the 4-Wheel Parts credit card, the Synchrony Outdoors credit card, the DX Engineering Super card, the Fleet Farm credit card, the Harbor Freight Store card, and then there is the Summit Racing Equipment Speed card. Now, the crazy part is this is not even every Synchrony Bank credit card. I can guarantee that I'm missing some here, but this is just the comprehensive list that I can find. Again, there are way more cards for Synchrony. If you would want like a dedicated video to Synchrony, that would be tough. Be more than happy to make that though. There's also some Synchrony business credit cards that we can talk about. So again, if you're interested in that, comment Synchrony and I'll look into that for you. And before we move on from Synchrony, there's one more that I wanted to pick that was not on that list, but it's the Sam's Club store card. You also have the Sam's Club MasterCard. I have this one in personal. I have the business version of this card as well. It does pull from Synchrony Bank. I also have an entire video on this particular card because I had a limit of $1,000 and I was able to actually increase my limit to around $20,000. I did it in around I want to say less than 1 year. So if you want to watch that video, I'm going to link it right here. And of course, there's a limit to how many videos I can link. So as I'm talking about these, I'm sorry if you don't see it pop up on the screen. Instead, go to my channel, click on the magnifying glass, type in the name of the video. You will see the video come up, but YouTube has a limit of 5 videos, and I'm sure I've already gone past that limit in this video for today. But the most important thing, this will primarily be a TransUnion credit pool, all right? So just keep that in mind. Next on our list is going to be Navy Federal. Now, so many people are familiar with this. We already know that they pull from TransUnion. I have so many videos on each one of these credit cards. The one I would suggest is my Navy Federal tier list, where I actually rank these cards by which ones I believe are the best. There is the Platinum card. That one has no annual fee and very low APR. There is the Cash Rewards and the Cash Rewards Plus. You can earn cash back using these cards. There's also the Cash Rewards Secured card. Recently did a video on this card and how to graduate that if you're interested in learning about that. There's also the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card. Once again, I've talked about all of these cards, so if you want to see a dedicated video, go back and watch that. There is the Visa Signature Flagship Rewards card with a $49 annual fee. Then there is the Go Rewards card. This one has no annual fee. I always recommend with Navy Federal pre-qualifying for their cards to see which ones that they offer you. It isn't a guarantee that you'll be approved, but I have seen in most situations, if they show you a card and you apply for it, you are likely to be approved for that card. Now, as far as their business credit card, this one does not pull from TransUnion. That will be an Experian pull. I just saw the card here and thought that I should mention that. I also have a dedicated video of how I got approved for this card a while ago. So if you want to watch that video, once again, probably can't put it up here, but you'll be able to go to my channel and search for it. Finally, we are looking at the last bank on our list for today, and I just did an entire video on Barclays. So if you are interested in getting approved for a Barclays credit card, highly recommend that you watch that video. And I've actually done this already and gone through all these cards, but we'll just briefly just kind of brush over each one. There is the AARP Travel Rewards, JetBlue. There's 2 different Encore cards. You also have the UPromise World MasterCard, as well as Frontier Airlines, the GM Rewards card, which was eventually transferred from Goldman Sachs. They no longer have the account. It's with Barclays now. There is the Breeze Easy Visa, the Wyndham Rewards Earner. Now, this is a business card, but it does pull from TransUnion as well, but I have an entire separate video on this. There is the Emirates Skywards Premium World Elite MasterCard. There is the JetBlue card, the JetBlue Plus card, the Gap Encore card, the Emirates Sky Rewards World Elite MasterCard. There's also the Miles and More credit card, the JetBlue card, the RCI card, the GM Business MasterCard, the Xbox card, the AARP Essentials Reward card, the Carnival World MasterCard, Banana Republic. There's also Capital Vacations and Barnes & Noble. Now, again, there is a large lineup of credit cards here, but they will pull your TransUnion credit score in order for you to get approved. All right, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that was a lot, but that is 103 cards that will pull your TransUnion credit profile. And again, I have a lot of videos that go over each and every one of these cards. If you want specific data points or my opinion, or maybe an idea of how to get approved for each of these cards. Now, the reason why I put $500,000 in this video is because a lot of you already know Navy Federal will give you $80,000. From what I've seen with Synchrony Bank, they're going to give you around $20,000 or a little bit more than that per card, and I believe the max exposure is around $100,000. You can also get somewhere around $75,000 max exposure when it comes to US Bank. With Barclays, I've worked there personally. I have seen cards with over $50,000 to $60,000 as far as the limit. Imprint is kind of new, so I'm not sure what the limits go up to there, but easily I would say you could probably get at least 2 or 3 of their cards with a $10,000 limit. BMO Harris also has some fairly good max exposure limits, but I'm not sure exactly what they are. I can't just say with certainty. But the point is that if you are actually able to strategically line up these cards for, let's say, the next even like 5 years, you could probably gain access to well over $500,000 in credit, especially if you combine that with some of their business offerings as well. Now, if you like a video going over TransUnion business credit card pools, then I'd be more than happy to make that. I've been really pulling my video topics from the comments. So if you guys show enough interest in a particular topic, then I will be more than happy to make that video. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and you all have a wonderful day.